Beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. I guess you can call it a podcast. You guys, we are here today to talk about, you will never guess because I've never done it before, The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. And yes, I watch it, just didn't review it. But I have so many opinions on this show. So many opinions all the time. And shout out to my boy JB. He's always like, well, he's been recently like, where's the review? Where's the review? Yeah, he be keeping me up on my shit. Cause y'all know I am very inconsistent. I just be busy with life. Like I just had to go get 10 bags of mulch and stuff from Menards. I still got to get that done. I need to wash clothes and everything. Got to go to work early in the morning. My cousin Nessa woke me up at 5:30 on a Sunday. We not even gonna talk about that. But yeah, I have been wanting to review this show, and I have so many reviews to do today that I'm about to just pump them out real quick. So shout out again to you, JB. Thank you so much for always being like, get it done. I appreciate you. All right, let's get going. All right, so we start off this episode with all the ladies in Kyle's room. Is it Kyle's room? Did they have to? No, they're all at her house, but they're all downstairs on the patio getting ready for breakfast. Kyle is ordering some drinks. And listen, I feel like I need to be living like this. This is how I need to be living. I need to be at my not guest house, my vacation house somewhere and just ordering drinks to come to me. I would like that. But anyway, she's ordering drinks and they're sitting around. So, oh my God, what really happened with Crystal? So, this is where we are picking up from. And I'm assuming if you're watching this review that you watched the show and you know about everything that happened in the last episode with Crystal kind of losing her shit. I'm just kind of all over the map with that. So they start off with their conversation with Dorit saying how she got no sleep again. Like we're still on this whole Dorit situation and the robbery situation. She got no sleep. Garcelle, trying to be nice, is like, oh, why didn't you wake someone up? Why would I do that? That is just so rude. Dang, Garcelle can't win for losing. She tried to be nice and you still like Dorit's tone. I don't like her tone at all. I don't like her tone with anyone ever, pretty much. I don't like Dorit. You guys, so what get me is that these ladies really are kind of stupid. They're not very smart for real, for real. I mean, either they're playing stupid really well or they're really not that smart. They talk about, well, first we have Renna talking about her mom and her mom's situation and how was she dating this guy or something like that? And he ended up becoming a serial killer. So thank God he didn't do anything to her mom and all that. But then she compares her mom to Dorit. Oh my God, they're both the same and they're both survived. No, they're not the same. It's just not the same. I'm sorry. But okay, if you want to call them both survivors, Dorit survived the robbery. And I'm not making light of it because that's not, it's a huge deal, but if it happened. But okay, can we just move on? Okay. So then they start talking about Crystal and Kyle with her not so smart ass is like, I think she thinks that we were really upset. Oh no, we care so much about Dorit and we don't care about her. Erica had to say, sorry. I feel like what she was saying was we're not allowing Sutton to feel the way she feels the same way we invalidated her feeling. And we're saying that she can't feel the way she feels. She was defending Sutton. It had nothing to do with Dorit. And I'm like, thank you. Can you believe that Erica is the voice of reason for real? 2 days in a row. Erica's not dumb. She's not dumb, which is why yeah, allegedly, I feel like she really had something to do with that whole situation. She's not dumb. Dude, like she would be able to tell her husband, dude, where are you getting all this money from? You are not making all of this in the practice and everything. But she didn't care because she was just spending it up. And also, she's not dumb. So I feel like she knew. There it is. I feel like she knew. But anyway, they're talking about how um, Crystal wants to go home. Like she's just not feeling it and she wants to go home. Now, what I did not agree with, you guys, is in this moment, Garcelle calling her. Now, I know it's a show. Maybe producers told her to do it or whatever, but I feel like if she feels attacked by all these women, she's not feeling good about them and she looks at you as a friend, why are you calling her in front of them? You just said she don't want to be there. Why are you calling them in front of them? And I don't care that she walked over to the side. She knew she wasn't going far enough. To me, I didn't like it. And again, People may not agree with me on this whole Garcelle thing, but I'm not a fan. I'm just not a fan of Garcelle. I don't think she's an awful person, but I think, yeah, sometimes she put them in their place and she say, she says what she got to say. She get it off her chest. Sometimes, most of the time in the confessionals, but yeah, this whole scene right here with Garcelle didn't approve. Oh yeah, it's a resort, La Quinta Resort. And yeah, I would still want to stay at La Quinta Resort and order my Bloody Marys or what have you, my mimosas. But flip side, I didn't like the little plastic cup that it came in, the little to go with the straw and everything. I would not like that. I would not like that. Like they should have transferred those drinks into something a little more classier. I'm sorry. I'm a lady. I cannot be drinking my drinks out of that unless it's a fast food restaurant. And I'm sorry, I mean that. Period. Yeah, I be saying period so much now. I think I told y'all already in another video. I say it all the time now. That's my answer for everything. Period. I'm like 2 years too late. It's all right though. It's all right. But yeah, Garcelle proceeds to beg Crystal to come over just for 10 minutes. Like she's literally begging her. Ugh, it's all nasty. It's just nasty. So, as they're waiting for Crystal to come over, they start talking about how it was a whole year since they were sitting there before. Erica's like, yeah, it's been a year. It's been very hard for me, and I'm in a good place now. Like, she's looking all fancy, fabulous. Whereas last year, she was trying to play herself down. She was like, she never looked a mess, but she was running around a couple times in gym shoes and just dressed down, trying to play herself down. We caught it. And she's like, thank you guys for accepting me for me and the monster I was. You should be apologizing to Sutton. But you know what? I'm all here for Sutton not wanting anything to do with Erica at this point. I would have been done with her last year. But Sutton is finally there, and I am very happy. And yeah, I do see that they are trying to villainize Sutton this season, and it's just not gonna work to me. Like Sutton is just so clueless that I don't feel like she be doing stuff on purpose. I don't. And I'm not mad at the fact that she called the meeting to talk about Erica and how serious it was. This is stuff that these women wanted to do. They were just too coward to do it. The same way they were too coward to show can we also talk about the fact that these cowards let Erica get this shit off on this couch right now? Talking about we don't know that these people weren't really paid. And they're all like, what? Only person who said get out of here pretty much was Garcelle. And the rest of them was just like, you're not saying that these people could have been lying. Yeah, that's what she's saying. And you understand what she said. And y'all didn't even say, girl, you done lost your mind. Or where you getting this from? Or you sound crazy. Nobody said that to her. Y'all just let her get that shit off for real. And y'all know it's ridiculous. These people did not make a whole documentary about her husband and being defrauded and just straight play. When I tell you, when I watched that documentary, I was so disgusted, really disgusted for real. It's expensive to be her. Like all of that just came flooding back about this lady and her lifestyle and the fact that these people won. Like they were wrong, they were done wrong in the first place, which is why they had to sue. Like all of this wrongdoing, they were wronged. And then the people that you think are on your side, you talk to these people, you have intimate conversations with these people, you trust these people to fight for you and everything. And I know because I've sued someone. Like you have to be very cool with your attorney and you feel like they're on your team. These people got your back, they want the best for you. And then to turn around and have these people victimize you as well, no, that's not cool at all. Like, oh my God, I was disgusted for real. And I'm still disgusted by Erica. And the fact that she said that and they let her get it off. And then, what did she say before that? She said something about her not knowing, not having to do something with some she said. And Garcelle's like, well, why didn't you say that? And she's like, I couldn't. I can't talk about it. And I'm like, then why are you on this show? Like literally, if you can't talk about any of this, why are you on this show? Why were you on the show last year? You need to just hush. Just be quiet then. But I feel like she really, really do feel like she's been vindicated. And as someone else said, I don't know if it was another reviewer or something, but we haven't seen hide nor hair of vindication about Erica. We haven't seen that she is off the hook. She did not know she is fine and free. We haven't seen anything like that. So I don't know where she's feeling like or where she's coming up with the fact that she's been vindicated, but she is being real, real cocky like she really has. I'm just not feeling her. All right, so we're gonna skip over the scene with Sutton and Diana having brunch or whatever, and Sutton had a huge spread, and the girl's like, "Oh, I just want a bagel or something," or she said bacon or something, and Sutton's like, "I just can't stop eating bacon, but I'm a vegetarian," and Diana in the confessional is like, "A bacon eating vegetarian? I don't think so." And I do find it very strange that Sutton is still being really cool with this lady and never brought up the fact that I can't remember exactly what she called her in the last episode, but it was something like awkward and slow, or like she was calling her something that was very rude. And Sutton just let her get it off. Like she just let her get that shit off and didn't say anything else about it. And yeah, I'm just confused by it, but it's fine. If, Sutton don't care, then I don't care. But they're talking about their past and this and that. I guess they're trying to bond. Good for them. All right, so let's jump over to Crystal finally making it there, and she's sitting on the couch talking to the girls. They're saying they don't know what triggered her. She's trying to explain to them about last year. She becomes emotional, and Dorit on the other side of the couch is like, "Take your time." Garcelle, who I guess she's thinking at this time that Garcelle is her friend, no pat on the shoulder, no nothing, no, oh, it's okay, don't cry, like no nothing from Garcelle. She's just looking at her like the rest of the ladies, and Crystal is explaining how she felt like they were kind of going off focus last year, using, about the term, what was the term? Violated. And she's like, and so instead of, focusing on exactly what happened, they're just going off of this one word, and then it becomes about the word, and it just kind of negates my feelings. And I get it, but in my opinion, the word violate was too strong as well. Like it was the wrong word. I get how she felt like it was rude. It was like Sutton should never have done that. Like you don't go in somebody's room without walking, knocking and everything. Like I would have been irritated and everything too. But violated, I don't know. And I'm just gonna say, I think it was Spillet Boy TV, who is, I can't remember his name right now. I can't believe I can't remember his name right now. I've been watching him for years, but he made a whole lot of sense recently when he said that Crystal has these body images of her, like she had an eating disorder, so she kind of have body dysmorphia where she feels very unattractive and everything naked. So when Sutton came in and she was naked, she probably just felt fat, unattractive, like she just felt violated with her just seeing her naked because she's not happy with how she looks. And that made so much sense to me. It did. I don't know if it's, registering with you guys, and maybe it isn't, or maybe that isn't what it was, but that made so much more sense to me for her to use that word than just, oh, this lady walked in accidentally, because it was accident. I mean, she didn't walk in accidentally. She did that shit, but which she shouldn't have. It was rude, but she didn't know she didn't have any clothes on. That was an accident. Like she didn't know. So, yeah, again, she's trying to explain her portion of that, and then we get to how last year when they were talking, she said something, well, I'm skipping ahead. Hold on. So then we have Dorit in her confessional talking about saying that you don't feel like you're in a safe space with a bunch of women that's asking you how you feel is nothing compared to what I went to. Well, who's what I went through? Well, who's comparing it to what you went through? Because there's no comparison. It's not the same. Like, what are you talking about, Dorit? I cannot stand Dorit. And then let's talk about these nasty dogs that Kyle let eat all the food off the table, off the plates, that's just nasty. Like, it's just so nasty. It's not funny. It's not cute. It's nasty. She should have got her dogs a long time ago. And yeah, ugh. All right, and then we have Kyle saying she is a peacemaker and she's very sorry that she felt that way. She didn't mean to make her feel that way. And Garcelle is like, peacemaker and stirrer. And then she laughs and kind of looks at the other ladies, and the other ladies don't want to laugh because they're scared of Kyle. And I'm like, Really? And she's a shit stirrer, and you guys know it. You're just too scared to say it for real. So, Crystal, no, no, no. They all say how, I guess they're sorry. I don't know. But Garcelle then says, I'm going to say something. It's going to be very explosive and this and that. I just felt like no matter what Sutton said, you were going to ask her, are you that girl? I just kind of feel like it was a setup. And Crystal felt blindsided, and I was blindsided too. I was like, what? Like, what are you saying? What? Number one, Garcelle wasn't even there. Number two, if you watch the show, and I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I don't remember the conversation. I really wish I did. And I know it was a huge deal last year, but I don't remember what Sutton was saying. But I do remember that as she was saying some things, I was like, Sutton should slow down. She's not coming off too good. She should slow down. But I don't know that it was a setup. Like why? And flip side, it may have been because Crystal wasn't really feeling Sutton at the time. With the conversation they was having, and again, how Sutton was coming off, she wasn't feeling her. So maybe she was trying to, get under her skin as well, or make her out to be this person. And excuse me, usually when you talk to white people and you ask them, I don't see color or whatever, they feel like the right answer is no. No, I don't see color. They don't know what we're looking for. They don't know what we feel like the right answer should be. So, in that instance, it could have been kind of a setup. I don't know. I feel like the more I talk it out, the more I may be on Garcelle's side. But I don't know. I just feel like they're making it too much, a big deal out of nothing, and they're going backwards. And I don't want to revisit that. Like, it wasn't even that interesting. We don't want to talk about that whole thing again. Ugh. So Lisa Rinna, whom I also cannot stand, and I think that's the reason why I did not want to review this show because none of these women are really likable. I don't like any of them really. Like I don't, and it's so funny because I really could not stand Sutton on her first season, but she would be the most likable person here to me this season. I I don't like any of these women. Lisa Rinna, I could not stand her since the whole reunion. Well, before the reunion, that whole season, I just thought she was a shit starter. She talked too much. Somebody needed to punch her in her big old lips. But the reunion with the whole own your shit, and they just kept letting her get that shit off. Like they just kept letting her talk to them like that. I haven't liked her. But she's saying, "Oh, now you're saying that Sutton did said something dark and bad," and I'm like, "She never said bad. That never came out of her mouth." And she's like, "And you're throwing your friend under the bus." She's not throwing her under the bus. You guys are talking about what happened last year. They've moved on from it. Why are you talking about what happened last year? But you guys asked her, so now she's giving you her answer, and now you guys are saying she's throwing her like they're trying to make something out of nothing. And I think it's because none of them have storylines. So they are going back to last year and it's a bit ridiculous. So we find out that Garcelle's son is now working for Lisa Vanderpump, and all the girls are like, "Okay, time to go." Yeah, I like Lisa. I did. I like Lisa Vanderpump. I felt like she was she was badass to me. Like she did not mince words, even though did she lie about some stuff? Yeah, but I feel like they all do. I feel like they all do. So why was her lie any more important than the rest of them? They all lie. They all make up stuff. It's just, yeah. I was a fan of Lisa Vanderpump. So all of that was just too much. But yeah, can we just wrap up the rest of this episode in terms of Doree, yeah, I was robbed, blah blah blah, yada yada yada. I don't mean again to make light of her situation, but that's all she's talking about. They get with Sutton, talk about the dark thing that she said. She's like, I didn't say anything, I don't want to talk about it. And Kyle feels like Sutton doesn't remember that she didn't really say anything. Kyle is like, I was there. And it's so funny because when they were sitting on the couch and Kyle was like, no, Crystal said, Garcelle, you weren't there. Kyle, you were there, but you were drunk, so you don't know. Kyle was offended as shit, and I was dying laughing. And then, Kyle in her confessional was like, I feel like Sutton doesn't want to talk about it because she thinks or she can't remember, and maybe she thinks she really did say something dark, but she didn't. And I'm like, Kyle, why don't you just say I was there? She didn't say anything dark. Or didn't all these ladies review, or not review, but see the show last year? Like, didn't y'all see what happened in that instance? That she didn't really say anything unless it was cut out. She, again, like I said, she was saying some things that were questionable. I was like, she should slow down, but I can't remember exactly what it was, so it couldn't have been that bad. The same way Crystal said, it's not unforgivable. Like, I've forgiven her for it. It's not a big deal. So then it wasn't really dark. And that's the whole thing. They get stuck on these words. And so they were saying you shouldn't use the term dark then if it's not that bad. And yeah, Crystal goes, she uses terms that are just like over exaggerating, but I'll allow it because you guys, there's a meme that says, I like to use absolutely not instead of just no because it's more, it has more meaning. And that's me. Like, I very rarely to never just say no or whatever. Like, I'm absolutely not. Absolutely. Not. Like, because I feel like you got to put a little more emphasis on it. And so, just to wrap it up again, I just feel like Garcelle was wrong because later on in the episode, she's going to tell, or is it the next one that's coming up, where she tells Sutton to watch out for her friend, be careful of her friend. And I'm like, I thought her and Crystal were cool, but I guess not. Like, pick a side. Either you like this girl or you don't like this girl. Like, I don't know. Now I feel like she don't like Crystal because she's in with the other girls or whatever. I don't know what's going on with Garcelle, but I don't like it. And then I just feel like the whole thing is stupid because they all get together again and then they're all questioning Crystal about what she said. What did she say that was so dark? And Garcelle's like, well, you shouldn't say she said something dark because as a black woman, I'm going to automatically assume that is something racist. And, I'm going to have to question my friendship with her. So you need to come on out with it. So now they're just badgering her to tell what was said. And I'm like, go rewatch the show. Dang it. Are you kidding me? Like, they are making something out of absolutely nothing because the storyline is nothing. But I will tell you, I still am entertained when I watch this show. So it's fine. But unless I'm forgetting something very major, and I probably am, they have these little these little things that they say, these little digs, little shade or whatever. I'm sure I'm missing some shade. But that's kind of the overall thing of what happened there. So I will see you guys next week for the next review. I will be on time or somewhere closer to the the date that it came out. And I will see you guys in the next video because I gotta keep it moving. All right, smooches. Oh, no smooches yet. Sorry. If you have not already, please like, comment, subscribe, and if you are new to the channel, if you would consider subscribing. I'd appreciate it. And again, welcome to my new stubbies. Hopefully you're watching all the videos, giving a thumbs up. I appreciate you guys. And now I'll see you guys in the next video. Smooches.